Excel Basics, Lesson 1, Understanding the Excel Interface and Ribbon. All right, class. Welcome to our very first lesson on Microsoft Excel. Are you excited? I know I am. Today, we're starting from the very beginning, and trust me, by the end of this lesson, you'll feel right at home with Excel. So, let's dive in step by step, click by click, and I'll make sure no one gets left behind. Ready? Let's go. First things first, let's open Microsoft Excel. If it's already on your desktop, double-click the icon. If not, no worries. Just click on the Start menu. What do we see here? This is what we call the Excel interface. It might look like a lot of buttons and grids at first, but don't worry, I promise, in a few minutes, it'll all start to make sense. At the very top, you'll notice the title bar. This is where the name of your file appears. Right now, it probably says something like Book 1, XLSX, which means it's an unsaved file. Next to it, we have the Quick Access toolbar. These little icons up here are shortcuts for common tasks like save, undo, and redo. You'll get used to them pretty quickly. Now, let's talk about the real star of the show, the ribbon. This is the long horizontal strip right below the title bar, filled with all sorts of buttons, tabs, and options. Think of the ribbon like a giant toolbox, and each tab is a different drawer filled with tools for specific tasks. Sounds fun, right? Let's start exploring these tabs one by one. First up is the Home tab. Click on it. Look at all these options, font settings, alignment tools, cell formatting, everything you need for basic text and cell styling is right here. You've probably seen these in Microsoft Word too, right? Bold, italics, underline. They're all here. And over here, we have options for sorting, filtering, and some basic tools for working with cells. All right, next, let's click on the Insert tab. This tab is where we add all the cool stuff, charts, tables, shapes, and even pictures. For example, if you want to make your data look visually appealing, this is where you'll come. Moving on to the Page Layout tab. Click on it. This tab is super important when you want to print your Excel sheet. You can adjust margins, orientation, and paper size here. Trust me, when you're preparing a report, this tab is a lifesaver. Now, let's check out the Formulas tab. Click on it. Oh, now we're entering Excel's magic zone. Ahaha. This is where you'll find all the powerful functions and formulas that make Excel so famous. Sum, average, if, and so many more. Don't worry, we'll be playing with these in detail very soon. Next, we have the Data tab. Click on it. This tab is all about organizing and managing your data. You'll see tools for sorting, filtering, data validation, and even removing duplicates. If you've got a messy data set, this is where you'll fix it up. All right, let's move on to the Review tab. Click on it. This one is all about proofreading and protecting your Excel sheet. You can spell check, add comments, and even protect worksheets so no one messes with your hard work. Finally, let's click on the View tab. This tab is all about how you see your worksheet. You can switch between normal view, page layout view, or even zoom in and out. Simple, right? Take a deep breath. Ahaha. I know it's a lot of tabs, but don't worry. You don't need to memorize everything right now. With practice, these tabs will become second nature to you. Now, let me quickly summarize what we've learned today. We opened Excel, explored the interface, talked about the title bar, the Quick Access toolbar, and then we took a tour of the ribbon tabs, Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, and View. Before we wrap up, here's a little task for you. Open Excel on your computer and click through each ribbon tab. Explore them one by one, hover over the buttons, and just get familiar with what each one does. And hey, if you find something interesting, let me know in the comments below. All right, that's it for today. In our next lesson, we'll dive into some basic formulas. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next class. See you soon, Excel Superstar, Excel Basics. Lesson 2, Basic Formulas, Sum, Average, Count. Welcome back, everyone. I'm so glad you've joined me for our second lesson in this Excel Basics series. In the last class, we explored the Excel interface and the ribbon, and I hope you've had some time to play around and get familiar with those tabs. Today, we're stepping into one of the most exciting parts of Excel, formulas. Trust me, this is where Excel starts to feel like magic. Now, we're going to focus on three super important formulas: sum, average, and count. These are the bread and butter of Excel calculations, and you'll use them all the time. So, let's go step by step, click by click, and I'll make sure you can follow along easily. In step 1, open a new Excel sheet or use an existing one. Go ahead and open Excel. If you already have a sheet with some numbers, great. If not, no problem. Let's quickly type some sample data. In column A, type a 1, item, a 2, apples, a 3, bananas, a 4, oranges. In column B, type B1, quantity, B2, 10, B3, 15, B4, 20. Looks good? All right, let's start with our first formula, sum. Sign, equal sign. In Excel, every formula starts with an equal sign. Type SUM. You'll notice Excel suggests the formula automatically. Nice. Now, open a parenthesis and select the cells you want to add. Click and drag from B2 to B4. You should see something like this: equal sum, B2, B4. Close the parenthesis and press enter. And there you go. Excel just added those numbers for you. Your total should be 45. Quick tip: you can also use the AutoSum button in the Home tab editing group AutoSum, Sigma. Excel will guess the range for you. Ready for the next one? Let's talk about average. In part 2, average formula. The average formula calculates the average, mean, of a range of numbers. Click on cell B6, below the total. Type equals average. Below the total. Type equals average. Select the same range, B2, B4. Close the parenthesis and press enter. Boom! You've got the average, which should be 15. Excel just divided the total, 45, by the number of items, 3. Pretty cool, right? Quick tip: just like SUM, you can find average in the AutoSum drop-down menu in the Home tab. Let's move to the last one for today, count. Part 3, count formula. The count formula is used to count the number of numeric values in a range. Click on cell B7. Type equals count. Select the range B2, B4. Close the parenthesis and press enter. Excel will return 3 because there are 3 numeric values in that range. Quick tip: remember, count only counts numbers, not text. If you want to count all non-empty cells, including text, you'll use counta, but we'll cover that in another lesson. Quick recap. Sum adds numbers in a range equals sum, B2, B4, result, 45. Average calculates the average equals average, B2, B4, result, 15. Count counts numeric values equals count, B2, B4, result, 3. These 3 formulas are your first building blocks in Excel, and they'll save you so much time when working with data. Practice task. Here's a quick practice task for you. Add more items in column A and their quantities in column B. Use SUM, average, and count formulas to analyze the data. Trust me, the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. In our next lesson, we'll explore formatting techniques, how to make your data look clean, professional, and easy to understand. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next class. See you in the next lesson. Excel Basics, Lesson 3, Formatting Cells, Rows, and Columns. Welcome back, Excel enthusiasts. I hope you're all feeling confident after our last lesson on SUM, average, and count formulas. If you've practiced those, give yourself a pat on the back because today, we're moving one step further into something equally exciting: formatting. Now, formatting in Excel is like dressing up your data. Imagine your data is going for a job interview. It needs to look professional, clean, and well organized. That's exactly what we'll learn today: how to format cells, rows, and columns step by step, click by click. So, let's dive right in. Step 1. Formatting cells. Cells are the building blocks of an Excel sheet, and formatting them properly is key to creating readable and visually appealing data. Select a cell or range of cells. Click on any cell, or click and drag to select a group of cells. For example, select B2, B4 if you have data from our last lesson. Open the Format Cells dialog box. Right-click on the selected cells and choose Format Cells from the menu. Or use the shortcut Ctrl+1. Number formatting. In the Number tab, you'll see options like General, Number, Currency, and Percentage. Choose currency if your data represents money, e.g., $45. Choose percentage if your data is in percentages, e.g., 50%. Font formatting. Go to the Font tab. Here, you can change the font style, size, color, and even add bold, italic, or underline. Try making your column headers bold and slightly larger. Alignment. In the Alignment tab, you can adjust text alignment, left, center, or right. You can also wrap text or merge cells. Fill color and borders. Back in the Home tab, look for the Fill Color bucket and Borders options. Add a light fill color to your headers and use borders to create clear divisions. Quick tip, use Ctrl+B for bold, Ctrl+I for italics, and Ctrl+U for underline. Step 2. Formatting rows. Rows in Excel are horizontal lines across the sheet, and sometimes they need a little love too. Adjust row height. Hover your mouse over the row number, for example, 2, 3, 4, on the left side until you see a double-sided arrow, up-down arrow. Click and drag up or down to adjust the height. Auto-fit row height. Double-click on the line between two row numbers. Excel will automatically adjust the height based on the content. Highlight entire rows. Click on the row number to select the whole row. Apply formatting like bold fonts, fill colors, or alignment from the Home tab. Step 3. Formatting columns. Columns run vertically down the sheet, and formatting them can make your data shine. Adjust column width. Hover your mouse over the column letter, for example, A, B, C, until you see a double-sided arrow, left-right arrow. Click and drag left or right to adjust the width. Auto-fit column width. Double-click on the line between two column letters. Excel will automatically resize to fit the content. Highlight entire columns. Click on the column letter to select the whole column. Apply formatting like font styles, fill colors, or alignment from the Home tab. Quick tip, to quickly select multiple rows or columns, hold Ctrl while clicking on the row numbers or column letters. Step 4. Merging and centering cells. Sometimes you'll want to create a header that spans across multiple columns. Select the cells you want to merge. For example, select A1, C1. Go to the Home tab Alignment Group Merge and Center. Click on Merge and Center. Your text will now be centered across the selected cells. Alternative options. You can also choose Merge Across or Merge Cells from the drop-down. Quick recap. Cell formatting. Use Ctrl+1 to open the Format Cells dialog and adjust number, font, alignment, and fill colors. Row formatting. Adjust row height, use AutoFit, and apply formatting styles. Column formatting. Adjust column width, use AutoFit, and highlight columns for consistent formatting. Merge and center. Combine multiple cells into one for clean headers. Practice task. Take your data from the previous lesson. Format the headers with bold text and a fill color. Adjust the row height and column width for readability. Merge and center the header row for a polished look. If you followed along step by step, your Excel sheet should now look clean, organized, and professional. Great job! In our next lesson, we'll dive into sorting and filtering data, a must-know skill for handling large data sets efficiently. And hey, if you're enjoying these lessons, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're always in the loop. And I'll see you in the next class. Excel Basics, Lesson 4, Basic Sorting and Filtering Techniques. Welcome back, Excel champions. Look at you, making your way through Excel like a pro. In our last lesson, we dressed up our data with formatting cells, rows, and columns, and I must say, your sheets must be looking absolutely fabulous right now. Today, we're stepping into something super practical and incredibly powerful, sorting and filtering data. Imagine you have a huge grocery list or sales data with hundreds of rows. Wouldn't it be magical if Excel could instantly show you the highest priced items or just the entries from one specific supplier? Well, my friend, that's exactly what sorting and filtering can do. Let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the magic, step by step, click by click. Step 1. Sorting data. The basics. Sorting helps you arrange your data in a meaningful order, either alphabetically, A to Z or Z to A, or numerically, smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Select your data. Click anywhere inside your data range. If your data has headers, like product name, price, quantity, make sure they are included in your selection. Go to the Home tab, Editing Group, Sort and Filter. Click on the Sort and Filter dropdown. Choose a sorting option. Sort A to Z arranges text data alphabetically from A to Z. Sort Z to A arranges text data from Z to A. Sort smallest to largest arranges numbers from the smallest value to the largest. Sort largest to smallest arranges numbers from the largest value to the smallest. Using the Data tab, Alternative Method. Go to the Data tab Sort group. Click on Sort. In the dialog box, choose the column you want to sort by, for example, Price. Select the sorting order, smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Click OK. Watch as your data magically rearranges itself. Quick tip, always make sure your data has clear headers before sorting to avoid confusion. Step 2. Multi-level sorting. Sometimes, you might want to sort by more than one column. For example, sort by category first, and then by price within each category. Select your Data tab Sort. In the Sort dialog box, first, choose Category in the Sort By drop-down and select A to Z. Click Add Level. Choose Price in the second drop-down and select Smallest to Largest. Click OK. Your data will now be sorted by category first and then by price within each category. Boom! That's how professionals do it. Step 3. Filtering data. Show only what you need. Filtering is like putting on special glasses that show you only the data you want to see and hide everything else. Select your data, including headers. Go to the Data tab Sort and Filter Group Filter. Tiny drop-down arrows will appear next to each column header. Apply a filter. Click the drop-down arrow in the column you want to filter, for example, Category. Check or uncheck boxes to include or exclude specific items. For example, select Fruits to show only fruit-related entries. Filter by numbers or text. In the drop-down, you'll also find options like number filters and text filters. For example, choose Greater Than from Number Filters and enter 50 to show only rows where the value is greater than 50. Clear Filter. To remove the filter, click on the Filter button in the Data tab again. Or click Clear Filter from Column in the drop-down. Quick tip, use Ctrl+Shift+L to quickly turn filters on or off. Step 4. Sorting and filtering together. Yes, you can use sorting and filtering together for even more powerful analysis. First, filter your data to show only relevant entries. Then, sort the filtered data to arrange it in order. For example, filter to show only electronics items. Sort them by price, largest to smallest. And just like that, you have a focused, organized view of your data. Quick recap. Sorting. Rearrange your data alphabetically or numerically. Multi-level sorting. Sort by more than one column for deeper organization. Filtering. Show only specific rows based on conditions. Combining both. Filter first, then sort for advanced analysis. Practice task. Create a table with columns, product name, category, price, quantity. Sort the data by category, A to Z, and then by price, smallest to largest. Filter to show only products in the electronics category with a price greater than $50. If you've followed every click and step, congratulations, you've just unlocked one of Excel's superpowers. And remember, if you're loving this free series and want to unlock more in-depth secrets of Excel, stay tuned for our premium course. It's coming soon. See you in the next class, Excel Rockstars. Excel Basics, Lesson 5, Simple Data Entry Best Practices. Welcome back, Excel Superstars. Look at you, growing your Excel skills lesson by lesson. From formatting to sorting and filtering, you're already building a solid foundation. Today, we're talking about something that might seem simple, but is super important. Simple data entry best practices. Now, you might be thinking, data entry? That's just typing into cells, right? Well, yes, but there's a right way to do it and a messy way. And trust me, the right way will save you hours of frustration later. Let's make sure your Excel sheets are not just pretty, but also smart and efficient. Are you ready? Let's go step by step, click by click. Step 1. Plan your data structure before you start typing. Before entering a single word or number, think about your data structure. What columns do you need? For example, date, product, quantity, price. What kind of data will go in each column? Text, numbers, dates, currency. Create clear headers in the first row. Leave the top left corner, cell A1, for the title of your dataset if needed. Good structure example. Date, example. Product, quantity, price. January 1st. Apple. 50. $1. Quick tip. Avoid merging cells in your data table. It can cause sorting and filtering issues later. Step 2. Use data validation to prevent errors. Excel has a built-in data validation feature to make sure only the correct type of data goes into each cell. Select the cells you want to validate. For example, select the quantity column. Go to the Data tab, Data Tools Group Data Validation. Choose Validation Criteria. For quantity, select whole number and set a minimum value, for example, 1. For date, select date and set a valid range. Add an input message, optional. You can add a short message like, enter a whole number greater than 0. Click OK. Now, if someone tries to enter text in the quantity column, Excel will gently remind them to follow the rules. Step 3. Use drop-down lists for consistent data entry. Drop-down lists ensure that people can only pick from a predefined set of options. Select the cells where you want the drop-down list. For example, in the Product Category column, go to Data tab, Data Validation Allow, List. Enter options in the source box, for example, fruits, vegetables, electronics. Click OK. Now, instead of typing, users can simply select an option from the drop-down. Neat, right? Step 4. Use shortcuts for faster data entry. Speed up your typing with these handy shortcuts. Control plus semicolon. Semicolon, enter today's date in a cell. Control plus Shift plus colon, enter the current time. Control plus D, copy the cell above into the current cell. Control plus R, copy the cell to the left into the current cell. Tab, move to the next cell on the right. Enter, move to the next cell below. Master these shortcuts, and your fingers will fly across the keyboard. Step 5. Keep data clean and consistent. Avoid blank rows and columns. They can confuse Excel when sorting, filtering, or analyzing data. Be consistent with formatting. Dates should follow the same format. Text should have consistent capitalization. Use text alignment wisely. Align text to the left and numbers to the right for clarity. Quick tip, use Control plus H, find and replace, to quickly fix inconsistent text entries. Step 6. Freeze panes for easy navigation. If your dataset is large, scrolling down might make your headers disappear. Let's fix that. Click on the row below your headers. Go to the View tab, freeze top row. Now, no matter how far you scroll, your headers will stay visible at the top. Step 7. Save your work regularly. Shortcut alert. We've all been there. The dreaded Excel crashed and I lost everything moment. Press Ctrl+S regularly to save your file. Use Save As to create backups or different versions of your workbook. And if you're feeling extra smart, enable Auto Recover in File Options Save. Quick recap. Plan your data structure. Organize headers and columns properly. Use data validation. Keep your data clean and error-free. Use drop-down lists. Standardize data entry. Use shortcuts. Save time and reduce typing errors. Keep data clean. Avoid blanks and inconsistencies. Freeze panes. Keep headers visible when scrolling. Save regularly. Protect your hard work. Practice task. Create a table with columns: date, product, category, quantity, price. Apply data validation to ensure quantity is always a whole number. Create a drop-down list for product category with items like fruits, vegetables, electronics. Use freeze panes to lock your headers. Practice using shortcuts while entering data. There you have it. Your data entry is now clean, consistent, and efficient. If you're loving this free series and can't wait to dive deeper into advanced Excel magic, keep an eye out for our premium course. It's packed with Excel treasures waiting to be discovered. See you in the next class, my Excel champions.